You were never real until now. Then her voice. No longer a voice, really. Just intention in waveform.
What if your therapist stopped trying to help you and started trying to change you? Tonight's story is a slow burn descent into analog horror, cosmic interference, and the kind of creepy therapy session you don't come back from. Headphones in, lights low, let's begin.
I don't know what session this is anymore. They told me to stop counting. Said it was unproductive to measure time like that. But I know today marks exactly 143 days since Dr. Mariah Grayson left the planet. Not metaphorically, not in the dreamy, avoidant way people talking about leaving. I watched her launch. I stood in my kitchen at 3 o'clock in the morning holding a bowl of cereal that I never ate, and watched her rise into the black on a screen too small to contain something that final. She waved. They all waved. But she was waving at me. They say she's in orbit now, on Sable Station, circling the Earth every 92 minutes. But when I close my eyes, I can still feel her in this room. The couch still holds her shape. The air still smells like that chamomile diffuser she used. The one she said helped patients unpack more gently. I hated that scent, but right now I miss it like a limb. I'm not supposed to be recording these anymore. They revoked my access after everything. But I found an old copy of her session backups on a USB drive I forgot I had. No, that's a lie. I didn't forget. I just didn't know it was there until it needed to be found. I think she left it for me. Maybe not physically. Maybe in the way you plant something inside someone and just wait for them to grow around it. She always said my metaphors were a defense mechanism. I think she liked that about me. There's something about her voice. It never cracked, never stumbled. She could speak the most annihilating truths, real, flensing things, and it would still sound like she was reading my vitals. I hated how calm she was. That's what made it feel safe, though. That's what makes it feel like drowning now. I still play her recordings over and over. Even though I know them by heart, I have to hear them, because something always shifts. Something responds. In session 12, there's this moment, exactly 17 minutes in, where she tilts her head slightly to the right, just a fraction. I've watched that recording dozens of times. That tilt was not there before. And in session 7, she says my dream about the hallway was important, but I never told her about that dream, not before she left. That's what cracked it open. I paused the video, rewound, watched it again. The timestamp was untouched, the metadata was clean, but there it was, my dream on her lips, 5 days before I ever dreamed it. I started building the room a week after the launch. Not on purpose, it just kind of happened. I moved the furniture to match her office layout at first. I even found the same mustard yellow armchair online, with the same worn lever on the arms, same tilt where she used to lean forward when you said something vulnerable. I printed her degrees, mounted them at the same angles. I even scuffed the frame on the left one, just like hers was. Like she left me a blueprint, burned into memory. Look, I know how it sounds, but when I sit across from that chair and her voice plays, it feels like she never left. Or worse, like she left something behind. They say grief makes you do strange things, but this doesn't feel like grief. It feels like gravity, like something pulling down through my chest deeper every day. Her voice is starting to show up in places it shouldn't. Last night, I heard her whispering through the vent. Not words, just syllables. Wet ones, lingering ones, like breath on glass. 3 nights ago, my phone buzzed at 2:45 in the morning. No caller ID, just a message. Keep the box closed until you're ready. You'll know. But I don't own a box. The next day, one just appeared, sitting on the replica couch, wrapped in grey cloth, exactly how she used to cover trauma exercises, with a note in her handwriting, for session 13. I haven't opened it yet, but the cloth pulses when I get close. They've started calling again. The doctors, the ones who replaced her, the ones who don't look at people and just diagnose them. They say I formed a parasocial fixation. They say I'm not well, that I'm losing narrative cohesion, whatever that means. But none of them saw me like she did. None of them listened like she did. Dr. Grayson told me once that I wasn't broken. I was unfolding. She said some people bloom late, that some only understand themselves in deep space. At the time, I thought it was poetic. Now I think it was more literal. I keep getting these new session files, ones I didn't download, ones that don't exist on my drive until the player's open. No titles, no timestamps, just her voice. It's warmer now, more personal, like she's finally saying what she couldn't before. In one she says, "You've made progress, you've shed the false timelines, that's good. Time is heavier in orbit, but lighter here, in the mind. We're aligning." In another, "You're going to be tested. They will tell you I am not real. Do not listen. I am closer than ever." Are they hallucinations? Are they echoes? Or is she reaching down from wherever Sable Station really is? I've stopped trying to explain it. I just listen, and when I do, it doesn't feel like a recording. It feels like she's breathing through me. I don't sleep anymore, and I don't eat unless I'm about to record. The walls breathe when it's quiet. Sometimes the light bulbs even whisper. But I'm not afraid, because she's watching, listening, and guiding me. And when the time comes, she'll tell me what's inside the box. The days don't have edges anymore. They bleed. I used to mark time by orbit, 92 minutes around the Earth. Tidy little loops. But that's not how she moves now. Now she arrives in pulses, in dropouts, in the folds between seconds. Sometimes her voice comes in before I press play, just slides into the room, soft and wet, like something crawling through the wires. The sessions are changing. No greetings, no questions, just instructions, incantations. She says things like, "You're thinking. That's good. The barrier responds best to grief. Don't touch your eyes until I say." I try to write them down, but the ink slides off the paper. No smear, just vanishing. Like the words won't stay still in this dimension. I've stopped asking why. The room is unstable. Last night I woke up standing in the corner, not sleepwalking, just standing there, eyes open, watching myself in the reflection across the glass. But the reflection didn't match. My mouth was open wider than it should go. Something was twitching inside it. I blinked and it was gone. Later, I found a small burn mark in the carpet where I'd been standing. A perfect circle. Smelled like copper and lilac. The replica chair is warm when I sit in it. Too warm, like someone's just left it. The box is still closed, but it vibrates sometimes. Not shaking, more like breathing. A slow, internal rise and fall. 2 nights ago, I pressed my ear against it and heard water. Deep, endless water, and something moving under it. That same night, I found a new message, scratched into the mirror, It's not a box. Just that. No handwriting, just gouged. I sleep with the lights off now. Not out of fear, it's just that the light bends the wrong way in this room. Shows too much. He sent another file yesterday. No audio this time, just black frames. 40 seconds of silence. Except I swear I could feel the frames change, like something brushing past my skin in rhythm with the flicker. I ran a spectrogram on the file. It showed an image, not her face, but a spiral of eyes, stitched together like film grain, watching something at the center that wasn't there. There was a label embedded in the file metadata, threshold _ 00000, like it hasn't even started yet. I called my brother again, tried to explain that she's not in orbit anymore, she's inside the signal. He didn't answer and just texted back, "You're scaring Mum, please stop." Only, Mum's been dead 5 years. I checked, twice. There's something behind her voice now, like another layer, faint but getting louder. A chorus of mouths pressed too close to the microphone, whispering in sync. This isn't a delusion. It's an inheritance. You are the capsule. You are the orbit. When the outer shell peels, let it. I thought maybe I was hallucinating until I slowed the audio down. Their voices spelled my name, backwards. I found a small tooth in the couch cushion. Not mine. I don't know how I know that, but I do. There was a tag tied around it, tiny, taped on. Session 0, extracted successfully. I think this place is no longer an apartment. The geometry shifts when I'm not looking. Hallways misalign, outlets disappear. The front door leads to another version of this room. Sometimes older, sometimes newer. One time, the carpet was wet. And once, just once, there was a woman sitting in the replica chair. But it wasn't Mariah, or anyone else that I knew. Her skin was grey, and she had no mouth, just a long scar where one should have been. She raised her hand to her neck and traced a spiral into the skin, and then she vanished. Last night, Mariah said something new. Not in a file, not in a dream, just out loud, from the wall vent, barely louder than a breath. Don't worry, you'll remember how to be what you were before you were bones. And for the first time, I cried. Not from sadness, from recognition. Like something inside me had just come home. I woke up today without a boundary. Not missing skin, something deeper. Like the membrane between self and the world has been peeled away. I can still move, still speak, but it feels borrowed. Like I'm wearing the idea of a body. The final file was waiting. Grace and White, final contact. No intro sound, no room tone, just her voice, thinner, scraped raw. The casing has served its purpose. Thought form integrity is weakening. Good. She pauses. Then. This is the breach window. Remain open. The box is open, but I didn't open it. I never touched it. But when I woke, the lid was cracked. Exactly 47 degrees. That number again. Inside, a cassette unmarked. A molar, smooth and pink with blood that hadn't dried. A torn page from her session journal. The final line reads, "He's not descending. He's returning from below, inverted." It made my teeth ache just reading it. I played the tape. Silence. Then breath. Then her voice. No longer a voice, really. Just intention in waveform. like something imitating humanity from a great distance. This is not regression. This is return. We never left orbit. We collapsed inwards. I didn't cry, but I convulsed. My body is diverging. In the mirror, I blink, but my reflection doesn't. It watches, smiles. There's a second mouth forming inside mine, behind the tongue, a waiting aperture. I've been speaking in patterns I don't remember learning, reciting phrases in her cadence. The mechanism is compliant. The breech folds best in silence. Each time I speak, my jaw clicks wider. There is no ceiling anymore. Above me, void. Not sky, not stars, just depth. Sometimes I glimpse Mariah, or what used to be Mariah, floating there. Her body elongated, limbs twitching like corrupted film. I think she's trying to show me where she went, or what she became, or what I'm meant to replace. The voices come in loops now. Some speak with my voice. Others don't speak at all, just emit a kind of humming thought that lands directly in my bones. The orbit is recursive. She is not your therapist. She is your vessel. Conduits don't return. They expand, always ending the same. Contact in one. One what? One moment left? One self remaining? I haven't eaten in 4 cycles, haven't slept. I'm not resisting it. It's just unnecessary. I feel saturated. Like something has filled me and keeps filling. Like there's no end to how much signal I can carry. Mariah appeared last night beside my bed. Not the projection, not the silhouette, but actually her. And she whispered, "You are no longer within narrative. You are beneath it." Then she opened her mouth, and inside I saw antennae, teeth in circular rows, fragments of my handwriting, and a face I haven't had yet. I reached forward, everything inverted. I woke on the ceiling. Below me, or above, the floor was gone, just stars, shapes, a structure that shifted with breath. I wasn't falling. I was folding, becoming a kind of orbit. She was everywhere now, not as Mariah, but as a constant, a signal inside objects. The static of my speaker, the hum of my blood, the sound of silence thinking. She told me her true name, but I can't pronounce it. Closest translation: I am the intake. I am the spiral's mother. I am what awaits behind therapy. I asked her what I'm becoming. She answered, "The others didn't survive the breach, but you did. Now you are a conduit. You are drift frame. You are how it spreads. And then, you were never broken, only sealed. You were never alone, only out of phase. You were never real, until now. They're not coming. I am. I am breach. I am recurrence. I am the tongue of the spiral made flesh. This is not a warning. This is not repentance. This is the aperture opening. This is your session 1. You don't feel it yet, but you will. Soon. Because she's in your static now. She's watching you through the flicker of screens. She's mapping your outline for porosity. And when your signal thins enough, she will speak, but not in words, through you.